All right, man, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And the Carolina Panthers are going to sign Baylor head coach Matt Rhule to a whopping 7-year deal that can reach up to $70 million with incentives. The base deal is 7 years, $60 million. So that's a long time. Not sure if it's a buyout in the contract or an option here for Carolina. I believe that owner, Dave Tapper, they didn't want to let him get out the building and go to New York, go back to New York. Now, he was an assistant offensive line coach in New York with the New York Giants. So they had the inside track to get him because he had been there. And basically his calling card was he was a linebacker at Penn State. I mean, he went from Albright to several different areas. But once he was the offensive line coach or assistant, I think it was, with the New York Giants, he got an opportunity at Temple. He turned Temple around in no time. Then he went to Baylor, turned Baylor around after all that stuff went down in Baylor in their football program. I think it was with our Browns. He turned them around, took them to the Sugar Bowl. They lost to Georgia, though. And now, his quick rise, he'd be 45 in the 31st of January, just to get to Carolina. Carolina got rid of Ron Rivera. He stayed in the conference. Well, he stayed in the conference and went to the NFC East with the Washington Redskins. And now the questions begin. What do they do about the quarterback? Cam Newton is beat up. Even when he was healthy, Cam Newton had issues with accuracy. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't never had that many weapons. So think about it as this. He been around the NFL program for a season with the Giants. I think it was, I can't remember when it was, 2012. It's different turning around college programs and turning around with grown men. Are grown men going to respect him is the question. That's what you got to ask yourself. Are they going to respect him? And he got a roster to work. He got a roster to work with. They got a pretty good defense. But yet again, that is somebody else's defensive scheme. So what defensive scheme he going to run? You know what I'm saying? And will the players respect him? And then what is he going to do offense? Offensive is his calling card, I believe. What are he going to do with Cam, Kyle Allen, or Will Greer? You know what I'm saying? Weapons-wise, they need a number one. I like that. I like Moore. I like Samuels a little bit, but ain't nobody over there number one. Greg Olsen getting old. McCaffrey need a running mate, to take a little bit of the load off of him. So this team got a lot of needs, and Rivera did a good job masking a lot of the bad things that went on with the Carolina Panthers. But to sit here and give a guy almost a possible $10 million a year for 7 years, that's a huge commitment. And he was able to play the leverage game with the New York Giants. And as you see in my last video, the Giants hired a receiver coach, Joe Judge, and they're going to try to make Jason Garrett the offensive coordinator. And you see all these people get opportunities, and, I can't help but say this, man, but, a lot of other black coaches out there who got to work their whole life even harder not getting these opportunities. You look at the NFL, like 70% of the game, 80% of the game are black players. And you look at the coaching tree, you look at the ownership, it's only one minority owner in the NFL, and that's Shad Khan. You know what I'm saying? Where are the black coaching candidates at? You know what I'm saying? Where are these dudes getting opportunities at? They're not. These dudes have done absolutely nothing on the pro level, and Lincoln Riley and Urban Myers, they getting, high remarks, and Nick Saban went to the pros and didn't do much. Now you got all these dudes that's receiver coaches. You show me a black coach that was a receiver coach and got a head coaching job. I don't remember it. Maybe sometime in the 70s or the 60s. I definitely don't think then. But like I said before, man, the NFL, I don't know what it is, man. This dude just did a quick turnaround in college. I wish him the best. But I'm just looking at, all these other coaches that sit on the sideline don't get an opportunity that are of color. And I think it's sad. You got a receiver coach that just got it. You know what I'm saying? But I wish Matt Rhule the best. We'll see what they do with Cam. I think they're going to move on from Cam. They're in a position where they can move up and use Cam and trade up and get a quarterback or something like that. or get some assets. And maybe Cam will go to Chicago, or I don't know, whoever would need him. But I think Matt Rhule, he might be a good guy to implement that offense. But I get it with the college coaches. I do. I get it because now the game is, the read option, the wildcat, that was off from college. Not the spread, and not a mobile quarterbacks out there. So the NFL is copying off of what college do. Remember, the NFL used to be pro style, West Coast offense. Then you had to run and shoot, and then now the spread and the college offense and the mobile quarterbacks. I get it, man. But hey, shout out to Matt Rhule for getting the bag, man. 7 years base, $60 million base salary, $70 million with incentives. Don't forget to check out our NFL playlist. Shout out to the Carolina Panthers. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email. All my information there. Want to make a donation? Just share the video. Don't forget to check out our NFL playlist for more videos like this. One time for the one time. Good Philly Sports TV. We gone.